Cricut Christmas Projects you can try today. If you're new here, my name is Rona. I am making the cute life on Instagram and YouTube, where I share little cute crafts and all things small business. I feel like I need to say this is not an ad, I'm not being paid anything to do this, but as most of you know, I'm a Cricut UK ambassador, so I just wanted to do a really quick video to show you some projects that you could make using materials that you probably already have. So it is just that, it's just to give some ideas. So I would grab a cuppa and see if any of these are new to you. It really will be a quick run through. I'm not going to do a full tutorial on each of the things, but I'm going to start sharing most of them in little shorts and over on Instagram too, and then I'll do full tutorials over here on YouTube, so please feel free to follow along for that. And if you've reached this point, if you could just hit like, that would honestly be so appreciated, and feel free at any point to leave any comments on each of these. Okay, let's start with our first material. I've just grabbed the first one I could see in my drawer, which is this pink vinyl, probably the material that most people start off with, so you know all the kind of standard ways. Like, I could go into any shop just now and pick up blanks that I could personalise. Like, I could pick up mugs at this time of year and just add them on. Obviously it wouldn't then be dishwasher safe, but still, like, yeah, adding names onto anything just makes it, yeah, so much nicer. So yeah, we all kind of know those ways that we can use vinyl to personalise things. Looking at kind of different things that I'm going to be doing. My first project for this Christmas season is going to be updating my doormat. So you can see this was the autumn doormat that I've just had there, so I'm going to update that to like a nice little Christmas one. The way that I do that with my vinyl, just really quickly, although I do have a video over here on YouTube if you want to see it in a bit more detail, but I would just get some vinyl, go into Design Space, make up your design for the doormat, cut it out. Then I would weed out the parts that obviously in that one I weeded out welcome and the little pumpkin, so that you've got that stencil. I apply it down on my doormat, a little bit of heat, which almost makes the vinyl like melt into those fibres that can be really, really annoying. And then I just get some paint and I just, yeah, dab it on. Honestly, I don't really use a lot of fancy stuff for any of this. Obviously I'm in the UK, I go into the shop Hobbycraft and I pick up, like, this is just their normal acrylic paint. I think it's one of the cheapest ones you can get in there. And actually this is like a makeup brush that I use to apply it. Sometimes I'll use, is it Flex Seal? I can't remember the name of it, but it's like a black spray paint that I'll use to do if there's loads of black that's on it. But honestly, it's just a bit of a nightmare here in Scotland with the weather to go outside and do that. So most of the time, yeah, just use like a little bottle of paint and this. At my last workshops, a lot of people were saying like, how well does that last? And honestly, I was telling them, yeah, that's more of a decoration doormat for me, but if you use yours a lot, you can let me know how it lasts. I'll maybe try and stand on it a bit more, but I just find it so hard if you've got like a really pretty doormat. I just don't want to stand on it and make it messy, but yeah, that's just me. Next way that I use is my vinyl, which was actually the first thing that I started doing, and it's always so popular if ever I do workshops. I'm going to show you this mug just now. It needs like a good clean though. I think it's managed to get some UV resin on it. Not good, because it'll probably solidify really shortly. In fact, yeah, that one's got a lovely name on it. It's like Erin and it's written in a really nice font. But I've got this other one here. I'll try and put it close to the camera just so you can see. I don't want to get resin on it either. But this one is being glass etched, and sometimes when I see that at first in workshops, people will be like, oh, what machine does that? I'm like, well, it's actually all the Cricut machines, because it's the same idea as the doormat. You're just going to make your design. Obviously, like, I'll use a ruler and make sure I know, like, oh, I only want it to be 4 centimetres because I don't want it to go all the way around. So I'll make my design on Design Space, I'll cut it out, and then this time, like, I've weeded out, this one says Make It Happen, that one says like Erin in that really, really nice font. I'll need to try and clean that one later. But yeah, I've weeded out the part that I want on my glass. Little tips for doing glass etching, again I'll probably put up a longer video on it as well, but I like to just kind of go really close round about when I cut it, which isn't the advice that I've seen on YouTube before, but I like to kind of cut quite close when I put my vinyl on, and then I put masking tape around it, because I find if you've got loads of vinyl around the edge, you're more likely to get bubbles, and you definitely don't want bubbles right next to it. And then obviously I just kind of, yeah, push down my vinyl on my glass, and I use I'm using Armoretch just now. It's the one, honestly, I've never actually tried any other etching pastes to do that. I've always used Armoretch, although I noticed I think the prices went up like a lot last time it checked anyway. But I'll link all the products and stuff below. But yeah, like see Christmas time, so these are just 2 mugs that I've got here. Think about like your champagne flutes, obviously all year round for like weddings and stuff, they're so beautiful, but at Christmas having like names etched on those little champagne flutes, I think in IKEA you can pick them up for like £1 something, and then yeah, that honestly takes no time at all to do and it just looks so beautiful. Another thing, same idea, this isn't even mine as well, I think, if Karen watches this from Cricut Scotland. I think I've picked this one up from you at one point. So these are just like the little slates that you can pick up anywhere. I seen some in B&M the other day and it's exactly the same thing. Again, like just making a stencil with your vinyl. I use any old vinyl. I usually try and use like, if I've got some scraps lying about, here's a wee scrap of silver that would be perfect to put a name on. So I just use any old vinyl scraps that I've got. Good way to use your scraps as well. And then yeah, right, whatever it is that you'd like, it's the same, just etching paste. Wee tip as well, as I said, for the glasses, but I like to put my etching paste on. It says 5 minutes, but I do 5 minutes, give it like another wee rub, another 5 minutes, another wee kind of rub, just make sure it is totally covered, another 5 minutes, and then I wash it off after, and it gives you like a really good etch. But yeah, on the little slate coasters and stuff, imagine that just wrapped with a little, like a wee bow at Christmas time, it's so nice. Same idea, or something I've not tried but I'm going to try this Christmas, is like that, doing the stencil but with that wood burning paste. If you've tried that, let me know in the comments. But yeah, that's something that's going to be new for me, because I always say I'm going to try it and then I don't get round to it. But the amount of people that come into workshops and they tell me about the Christmas ornaments that they've made, like for trees, so when they buy the little wooden rounds and do it on there. So yeah, just a beautiful way of doing it. I've skipped one of the most popular things at Christmas just now, which is like your Christmas baubles. I actually meant to grab some, but like the wee flat acrylic baubles that you can buy just now. Like I seen someone on at Cricut UK talking about how many of these that they've sold, and then everyone's jumping on and doing them now, which is amazing. Like I love people sharing ideas and stuff like that. So yeah, the little flat acrylic baubles, or even the wee acrylic baubles that you can pick up in Hobbycraft as well. You can probably pick them up other places. I'll probably link some Amazon ones down below. But yeah, putting any of your vinyl on there, then you see for like the normal kind of glass or plastic baubles, you see the people that put like the glue inside and get the glue all round and then put the glitter, the little personalised glitter baubles. Just yeah, beautiful. So many things that you can do with your vinyl at this time of year. Another way that you can use your vinyl that you might not always think about is for handwritten things. So obviously this one is really personal to me. So this was actually the handwriting from my mum in last year's Christmas card, which unfortunately was the last card that I got from my mum. But I know like that's just like, yeah, it's something that I'm going to try and do for my dad as well, as just make wee things really personal to him. I know I'm going to try and send away some of our clothes and get something made. And I thought, oh, I could do that once I've got that, like maybe in some heat transfer or something. I've made it a little bit thicker using offset, but no, it is just vinyl, and it just makes things that's like just so personal and beautiful. Okay, this next one, I always say I'm going to do this every year and then I don't do it. Insert cards. I mean, how long have we got to go just now? We're like 2 months away, well obviously under 2 months now. But yeah, insert cards, making up just like cute little personalised cards, using your card mat, cutting them out, and even if you don't totally personalise it and you just go into Design Space and just make some nice cards. I always say that one of my favourite things to do with these is I'll maybe like pick a design from Design Space, it'll obviously cut it out on the front of this card, but then instead of using like the little insert, I'll maybe get my wee one to like finger paint and do stuff like that, and then I'll put that as my insert. So it's like the wee kind of back, and it's just like a cute wee thing to do with your cards. I love these cards just now though. I've still got this sitting on my desk. My little Halloween one, which is actually kind of falling apart a wee bit the amount of times I've picked it up and thrown it about. But yeah, absolutely loving these. Turn off black and silver. Yeah, that's definitely Christmassy. I'm going to make some really cute Christmas cards with these. Card is like one of my favourite things just now though. I've got so many. I think it's on my phone as well, which I'm obviously using to record. I'm going to try and make these little Santa hats in red. I'm going to use my scoring tool. I've got this wee idea that I'm going to just like score. I don't know if that'll work. I'll need to have a go. Oh, I love when you've got something to have a go at though. But yeah, like that is one of my next projects, which is a card project. It's these little party hats. But then there's so many things that you can do, especially at this time of year with wee ones like, yeah, the wee lollipop holders and the wee Santa ones for that. Loads. Get on Design Space, have a look at some of them. My favourite thing about card projects on Design Space is it usually is a case of you just put it into your machine, take it out, and yeah, it's just like done for you. Obviously adding little bits, but oh, yeah, there's just something I love about the card projects. Okay, my next one is iron-on. Unless you're completely new to iron or to Cricut, then you probably like know most of the things that you can do with it. Like I've just grabbed this because I've seen it in the cupboard there, but this, if you can even see it, just says up to snow good. But just grabbing these, like it's just like a kind of sweatshirt material and adding that silver glitter, and all the glitter actually at this time of year is just the best thing in the world. I love it on stuff. But adding it onto clothing, adding it onto like little teddy bears and personalising different things for kids, they're elves. I think if there's many other ways. Something I don't really do is like pillows, but people talk about pillows all the time to me when I do workshops. Sometimes people do like your printable iron-on, and they'll print faces and print their dog's pictures and put it on like pillowcases, and yeah, all sorts of different stuff that you can do with your iron-on materials. I've actually been using iron-on so much more not on fabric, and I've been putting it on actually that wee card that I picked up before. Yeah, the little ghost is an iron-on, and I've even tried, which I don't think I've got lying around just now, yeah, I've even put iron-on on acrylic, because you just can't beat that sparkle. It just looks so beautiful. So like, yeah, play around with it. If you're unsure though, please like reach out to someone first, like research it first. Don't just start putting it on things without looking into it. Put that little disclaimer in there. Okay, the last of the materials is probably, I'd say, the most unknown one, because I think we all know about it, but, and I don't always say the most unused either, because it feels so unfair. But definitely when I do workshops, this is, yeah, the one that people don't know as much about, which is Infusible ink. But at this time of year, I mean, what can I say, like the past 3 years now, 2 years, this will be my third, I've done like the Christmas mug workshops, because last year I was actually just going on Design Space and picking, I wish I had the one that was the most popular one. There's one on Design Space and I'll link it below because it's not mine, but it says something like, is it Christmas yet? And I was just using just like an, I think it was like the kind of blue speckle effect Infusible ink. Love using Infusible ink because you don't even really need your weeder, you just kind of crack it and peel out the bits that you don't want, pop it into your mug press, and then, I mean, I don't actually have one of the Infusible ink ones, but I've got just another mug here. But it just, like, it is just like something that you can buy. Like, I can't believe you make that in the house. Like, I've made so many of these and I can't actually get over it, how vibrant the colours turn out and stuff. It is actually amazing. Like, this one has been so washed as well, and this is a little bit different. This has been one of the winners for me this year, which has been the Infusible ink pens. I've done this for a few different events throughout the year now, when I've made designs for mugs that can then be coloured in. So I've done it for like Father's Day, Mother's Day. I've done some like at the end of school for like a wee kind of craft things. And then I've got a few Christmas designs for kids to colour in to gift these mugs for Christmas. And yeah, it is a case of your machine will draw like the outline. So for this one, it drew all these little outlines. I got to colour this one in, and then yeah, popped it in the mug press. I'll do a full tutorial on this one as well, just if you want it as well, but just to show how, like a longer version of how to do that, all the wee different bits that are involved. But you don't need to just do this on mugs, you can do it on coasters, you can put it on like fabrics. I should have looked into this before, but is it polyester it works best on? You can still put it on other fabrics. See, this is it, fabrics are not my thing. But yeah, you can still put it on fabrics, it just wouldn't be other fabrics, it just wouldn't be as bright as it is in polyester. I hope that's the right way around. One of the other ways that I've used this actually this year is on, and I've not found it, but on clear acrylic, and I'm going to try that again on a Christmas bauble, so just another reason to stick around for. But yeah, I put it on, it was like a little keyring, grabbed a little piece of Infusible ink, and it wasn't like a special, it wasn't one of the sublimation keyrings or anything like that, it was just an average from Temu or something acrylic, and it looked so beautiful. Yeah, I'm going to have a go at that again. Okay, so this was just a really quick, I wanted to see how many I could say in like 10 minutes, so we'll see how long this video is. But like I said, please feel free to follow along. I'm going to start sharing more on my shorts or on YouTube and on Instagram, so yeah, come and see what I do. I'd love if you shared any ideas below, but thank you so much for watching. Bye!